Finally, the Scouse One has came back for episode 18 of the F125 McGorian to Glory. We are here in Suzuka getting ready for race number 2 of season 2 of the McGorian to Glory, the Japanese Grand Prix, and we come off the back after a shocking first race where we secured a podium in our very first race of the new 2026 regulation. And yeah, we started the season quite well, and we're looking to carry that momentum in towards today's race. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more F125 McGorian to Glory My Team career mode content as we start 2026. So continuing where we left off, and we are starting to get those upgrades that we pretty much developed during the winter months there. And as you can see, the side pod profile has been completed there, and yeah, now it's time to pretty much develop these upgrades. And yeah, there is confirmation of the side pod profile. 4 days remain on the second one there, so hopefully both cars should have that, and that will help with the drag. And now we're just advancing in towards April. We've got a department event for the engineering facility. Our title sponsor proposes introducing their performance-based bonus system that directly links rewards to individual employee metrics. While this could drive motivation, it could also add pressure on staff should we move forward. Yes, I will accept that. Pressure makes diamonds, and that is what we're here to do. We are here to become a diamond in Formula 1, and after the last race in Australia, we are already off to a very good start. We've got upgrades coming, we've got upgrades developed on the car ready for the Japanese Grand Prix, and yeah, we are going to try and go for that tyre analytics data that will help with the tyre wear, and that will be important for this race. And as you can see, there is the vehicle performance comparison. We are the 4th slowest car. However, with maybe 2 or 3 upgrades, major upgrades, we could really jump the midfield. However, it's time for the second round of 2026.
A warm welcome, everybody, from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember, Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019, some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
It probably won't be us, considering that the pace in Suzuka has been, I'd say, kind of mid so far all weekend long. Practice went well for us there, but yeah, as you can see in qualifying, yeah, we're just not on the pace. For some reason, the balance of the car feels a little bit off as we go in towards the final chicane there, and clearly I'm still a little bit slow when it comes to the circuit. So Exton the Casio triangle chicane, stay to the right hand side, and we're going to do a 28.4, which is 6 times slower than Carlos Sainz. So yeah, not really a good start to qualifying, as we are P18 as we enter the last lap here, final 4 minutes of qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix, and we're going to have to try and pull out a worldly of a lap if we really want to challenge for the lower ends of the top 10. But yeah, here we go, flying lap of Suzuka in towards the first spoon curve there, down into 4th gear, went a little bit wide, could have went a little bit more deeper in towards that apex there. Now the S's down towards 5th gear, car balance is a little bit all over the place, oversteer and understeer at the same time. Now entering the second part of the S's into 6th gear, this is flat out here, don't try and turn in too much though, otherwise the rear end will step out. And as you can see, we've had a great S section there, but however that is absolutely not what we needed. We've took too much curb in towards the first right-hander, now down in towards 2nd gear for this hairpin there, very awkward hairpin there, and as you can see, we've lost 2.5 temps. We gained 4 temps on the S section there, so clearly we were flying in towards the S section, but in towards the deltas, we lost time. Now again, as you can see, the balance of the car just doesn't know what it wants to do. It wants to over rotate, but it just wants to understeer at the same time, and clearly we're losing time. We're just over 3 temps up there as we're using our battery there, and now we're going to enter 130R 4 temps up, and now we need to nail the Casio triangle, pretty much break at the 100-meter board. And yeah, as you can see, more oversteer again, just the back end just steps out, and we've lost again another 2 temps as we come across the line. 28.1. However, it should have been at least a 27.6 there. If the lap was perfect, it could have been a 27.5. And yeah, that was one of the scruffiest laps for Nico Hulkenberg in Hulkenberg's debut race for the team, considering he DNF'd in Australia, and P15 for the Japanese Grand Prix on a track that is difficult to overtake at.
Welcome along to the legendary Suzuka. This classic racetrack boasts a long history dating right back to 1962 when it was first opened. Will more history be written here today at the Japanese Grand Prix? 18 corners make up a lap of the incredible figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit, with 10 to the right and 8 to the left, for a distance of 3.6 miles. Average lap speeds around here are fairly quick. If it stays dry, then expect somewhere in the region of 136 miles per hour. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Piastri, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Sainz, Hamilton, Antonelli and Esteban Ocon, Tsunoda, Stroll, Isaac Hadjar and Lawson, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Franco Colapinto and Ollie Behrman, Pepe Marti, Bortoletto, Aaron and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Glorious Suzuka. It's a bit like Silverstone, an iconic track for which we couldn't have an F1 season without it. And so much for the drivers to think about around here.
Absolutely, Crofty. The only figure-of-8 circuit that we have on the calendar, and you kind of wonder, why don't we have more? Because it's such a good format. The drivers love this track. It's got a great flow to it, a fantastic circuit. Not the best for overtaking, but my goodness, from inside the car, it's a real treat for the drivers.
So here we go, round 2 of 2026 here at the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka, starting from P15, and yeah, the lap wasn't good at all. The lap, yeah, there was a lot of corners where I just lost so much time, and I could have done a 27.5, even a 27.4 maybe, if the lap was perfect. But yeah, one-stop strategy. Believe it or not, the game is recommending me that, and as you can see, there's a couple of runners who are on the soft tyres. George Russell's one of them, and yeah, there are a couple others, so maybe this race will be decided by us one-stopping and the others two-stopping, and that might be the difference between us scoring points and us leaving Suzuka in 11th, 12th, 13th place. There is setup if you want to see it, but yeah, let's get started with the race.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Hopefully, Nico Hulkenberg's first race for the team doesn't go horribly wrong, even though qualifying was a little bit bad. You know, there's still every chance in the race, and, you know, you never know. You know, maybe a safety car. We haven't seen much safety cars in this F125 McGorian to Glory My Team Career Mode series, so maybe today is the day, and yeah. Anything can happen in Suzuka as we get ready for the Japanese Grand Prix in 2026 for 5 red lights here in Suzuka and lights out. And here we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. Liam Lawson and the Racing Bulls have had a good start there, but Franco Colapinto on the soft tyres, actually no, Gasly, sorry, has been made contact there with our teammate. And yeah, that was a bit surprising there. I didn't expect Colapinto to try and hold it around the outside, but he's lost position to Pierre Gasly, and we've actually not made any positions up at the first corner. And as you can see, just the nature of the circuit with how wide these cars are, we can't really get past the Racing Bulls. Again, more contact there on the rear end of Liam Lawson as Hadjar and Lawson, they're going wheel to wheel here as we enter the Deltas here, or the Degnas here, and yeah, there's just no way through so far. And yeah, not really the start that we wanted, considering that me and Lawson, we are on the medium tyres for this race. As down the inside we go of not one, but both Racing Bulls, and that is us up into P13. So yeah, 2 positions gained at the start of the race. But yeah, I wanted a little bit more as we break in towards the Casio Triangle. And yeah, Sonoda leaves a bit of a gap there. And yeah, we're all over the curb, but we're already into P12 as we have a massive tank slapper there on the exit of the chicane. And now on towards lap 2, and now we're just trying to get some rhythm in towards the race. And as you can see, Stroll is following Antonelli as we're going to go around the outside of the hairpin on Lance Stroll. That's a wonderful move. That is probably the best move I've done so far, maybe on this game so far, but I didn't even expect that. I didn't even expect to make that move, as Lance Stroll will be coming back in towards turn 1. However, we're going to hold it in towards turn 2. We'll go a little bit wider with the understeer. It's wheel to wheel between us and the Aston Martin. Remember, Aston Martin is the 3rd best car on the grid, and yeah, it's surprising how we're challenging them. So lap 3, and now we're all over Kimi Antonelli there. So yeah, clearly, just once again, just the balance issues with this car is showing in the race, as far as just the rear to front end. And we get DRS. Lance Stroll is attacking us. We're going to be attacking Kimi Antonelli. Round the outside of the Italian we go in towards turn 2, and now we are in P10 here in the Japanese Grand Prix. So far, our pace is actually not looking that bad, as now Yuki Tsunoda has gone past both Aston Martins, and there he goes in the Red Bull. Tsunoda is now up in towards P10. However, we're going to try and fight back, are we? In towards the chicane, but unfortunately we don't fight back. That was weird. We weren't pushing, we weren't using overtake. Yeah, we was on medium battery, and we were able to somehow get in the slipstream. So I don't know if Tsunoda was saving battery. However, Carlos Sainz is now saving battery, as around the outside we go, and we're back in towards P10. And now the soft runners are really starting to fall away with Lance Stroll and now Carlos Sainz and Tsunoda as well, as we now enter lap 10. And yeah, the tyres, they're not really good. As Sainz comes in, I think Hamilton's overtaken Charles Leclerc there. And yeah, they want me to go to lap 13, as now George Russell sets the fast lap of the race of 29.7, which is a second 0.2 quicker than us, and we're not going to fight. We're not going to fight George Russell. It doesn't make any sense. And now, as you can see, lap 12, George Russell sets a 29.1. So yeah, he's clearly on one. And yeah, we are struggling. We are struggling with our worn-out mediums. We just about make it to lap 13, and the tyre wear, literally on the front left, was like 72%. So clearly, you know, the one stop is a risky strategy as far as the tyre wear is concerned, but you know, we can make up a lot of time, something in the region of like 16 seconds, by not making a second stop. So where are we going to come out? P14, or are we going to come out ahead of Antonelli? It's going to be close. However, Antonelli does jump us there. So we are in P15 on the hard tyres. We are on the better tyres, as you can see. Jack Doohan, he comes in for, is that a second stop or his first stop? I'm not really sure. We've got Jack Doohan there. We've got Liam Lawson. He's boxing on the hard tyres. Franco is actually behind us. So Franco is committed to the 2-stop strategy. He's on the soft tyres, but his softs are completely gone, as now we've extended to 8 seconds. Now we have DRS. We've got Albon. We've got Stroll. We've got Tsunoda coming in. So Tsunoda is definitely doing the 2-stop. And now our race depends on, I believe, overtaking Kimi Antonelli. And to be honest, Antonelli does have pace on the straights, but it's just in the corners, to be fair, where, you know, we do gain a lot of time there. So I'm trying to maximize, let's say, race pace with just tyre strategy, because we need to make these hard tyres last for another 9 laps. And as you can see there, we are now into P8. But now we've got Yuki Tsunoda on his fresh mediums, and now he's all over us, and by lap 21 he is now in our DRS. So we're going to try and fight this with all we can as we exit Spoon Curve, but as you can see, Tsunoda is now all over us now. So is he going to wait? No, he's not going to wait. He's going to try and overtake around the outside of 130. And Nope, no good. No good for Tsunoda. We do go defensive, but he will get us eventually on the main start finish straight there, because simply that Red Bull is clearly faster than us. We're not really challenging the Red Bulls here today. We're challenging the Aston Martins. We go defensive, use our battery. However, Tsunoda with DRS and just the overpowered nature of that Red Bull is no match for us. So unfortunately, we're down in towards P9. And yeah, the gap was around about 19 seconds. And yeah, as laps tick down, the gap's now just over 10 seconds. However, Lance Stroll can do nothing. Max Verstappen wins the Japanese Grand Prix, a very dominant display by the Red Bull driver. He kicks off his 2026 campaign. However, Nico Hulkenberg starts his McGorian X-Former career in Japan with a 9th place finish, 2 points.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
Good work anyways. What is that? 2 points.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
Well, they were clearly at one with their car today, Crofty, out there. New regulations, of course, for this season. And you can tell that they've done their homework. They've studied, they've put probably a lot of time in the simulator, worked well with their engineer. And, I mean, they were absolute joy to watch out there today. They really were.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations.
Russell comes home to finish 2nd place, so yeah, that McLaren, well, that Mercedes is very fast around Suzuka, but for us, yeah, P9, and yeah, we made something out of literally nothing. The one-stop strategy did work in the end, and I think it was because of that one-stop strategy that we were able to gain those extra positions, and therefore you know, finish in the points. A 2nd consecutive points finish in 2026, and now both drivers are on the board. Yeah, it could have been more. I have to be honest. It could have been a lot more. You know, maybe a P7 or a P8. You know, I mean, as you can see, look at the lap times. 38 there. Yuki Tsunoda 29.2, 31, 33. Lance Stroll 31, Antonelli 30.6. So yeah, we were definitely slow today, and I think it's just simply because I'm still not fully up to speed yet with this track and a couple of other tracks with no line. But I'll take a P9 using a one-stop strategy. Verstappen did a one-stop, Oscar did a one-stop, Ocon did a one-stop as well. Yeah, and the one-stop was the right strategy call today. Hulkenberg is now 12th in the Drivers' Championship, and Franco is now down in 7th place after 2 races, and we are tied with Aston Martin for 17 points, joint 5th in the Constructors. So yeah, still 14 races to go, still plenty of upgrades to develop on the car, and hopefully we have some luck going our way as we enter, I believe it is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for the next episode of round 3 of the McGorian to Glory. We are approaching level 4 on the fan rating, and yeah, hopefully we can achieve level 4 by maybe the next race, or maybe the round after that. But that is that for round 2 of the McGorian to Glory for season number 2. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more F125 My Team Criminal content. 74% of you are not subscribed, so if you would subscribe, that would be massively appreciative. And yeah, playlist on the right, one of my other videos on the left, if you smell what the Scouse one's cooking.